Hello, everybody. My name is Jack,
I'm Richie.
And I'm Melissa.
and today we are chopping it up. And today we are joined by
Dr. Justin Mallet.
Justin Mallet. Justin Mallet is our NEU's Vice President of Inclusive Excellence. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about you all?
Good. Good to have you here.
Man, I'm excited to be here. I love it every minute of it.
Good.
We're excited to have you.
Justin Mallet, as I said, Vice President of Inclusive Excellence. He is responsible for leading and coordinating the university-wide initiatives to advance inclusive excellence. This cabinet-level position reports directly to the president and plays a pivotal role in fostering an inclusive culture, supporting diverse faculty and staff, promoting student success, and representing NAU in internal and external engagements related to these initiatives. Jeez, I'm like heartbeating right now. Chill out, it was the monster.
The monster, dude.
The VP will also oversee the Center for Inclusive Excellence and Access and work collaboratively with various university collaborators to achieve NEU's goals for inclusive excellence.
You did it.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I obviously couldn't say it very well. So do you want to speak more on, your job and kind of your day-to-day?
Yeah, most definitely. So pretty much my job is to advance all diversity and inclusion initiatives, but also to make sure that we work to create and or to foster and enhance an inclusive environment where everybody feels welcome, but like they belong, and that they feel valued and respected. And so pretty much my day-to-day is really just meeting with people right now. Since I started in June, it's been a lot of meetings, too many meetings, but a lot of meetings, not just with students, but with faculty, staff, and just really learning the environment of NAU and learning just the Arizona system in general. So a lot of meetings, but we're also going to start getting down to just getting hands dirty and start doing a little bit of work as well.
Cool. Yeah. So you're relatively new to campus. You said you came in June?
Yes. I'm new to campus. I'm new to Arizona. My first time coming to Arizona was when I interviewed here in February. So I came in the middle of a snowstorm here on campus.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you, have you ever been in the snow yet?
Yeah. So just a little bit. I was born and raised in a small town in Mississippi. And then when I graduated high school, I moved up and I went to college in Wisconsin. So probably out of my adult life, I've probably spent 12 to 13 years in the state of Wisconsin, in either north central Wisconsin or over on the east side of Wisconsin.
Just out of curiosity, where in Mississippi? My mom's from a town called Pascagoula.
Yeah. So your mom is from like southern Mississippi, down by the coast and stuff, and I'm from central Mississippi, which is a town called Kosciuszko, Mississippi.
I wish it would ring a bell. It was out of curiosity.
Yeah, I tell everybody. So, to put it in context for you, I'm about 3.5 hours north of the Gulf Coast.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. That's very nice. That water's warm.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So how's your time being up here been so far? Since you've actually been here since June, the summer. It's been wonderful weather so far.
Oh man,
so.
awesome! Like it's like not hot. It's like not humid. Like in Missouri, it's like humid every day. Like now, I have to like readjust because it's like cold.
Yeah.
It's like 40 degrees at night. I'm like, oh my gosh, like. Should I turn on the heater?
Yeah.
Should I not turn on the heater?
See, this is like hot weather for Flagstaff too.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh. Well, not for me. And I had to make a decision last night. Like, am I sleeping with a long sleeve shirt on, like with a sweater on? Like I was like literally freezing.
Yeah.
So
it's been getting chilly.
Yeah.
It's been quick too. I feel like last year it like slowly got to cold, but now it's just like hot and then cold.
It was literally in one day. It was like minus 20 degrees.
It was like 4 different seasons in one.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, I think we got a high of 67 today. Got that from the weather video.
Yeah.
So things are hopefully on the come up right now. Just to circle things back, glad you're here. Glad to have a voice like yours on this kind of platform. That's what we're really trying to do. Get as many different perspectives on this podcast as much as we can. Yeah. So obviously we're a video game club. So to start with your video game experience, what was your first video game that you ever played?
Well, I do remember playing Atari. I do. I just don't remember the game. But I also remember really the first system I really got hooked on was the Nintendo.
Cool.
The original Nintendo, and my cousin actually got a Nintendo first, and he had the Power Pad. And so
Yeah, what is
Is
that?
that like
Power
the?
pad?
the Power Pad was like you put it on the ground,
Uh-huh.
and it was like the original version of the Wii, because you like it was a track and field game, and you would like be on the Power Pad and you would like step and run.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like that Wii Fit kind of thing.
Yeah.
The Wii Fit.
They had those for like Dance Dance Revolution
Yeah.
and
And
stuff like
that's
that.
what I was thinking. Is like Dance
Yeah.
Dance Revolution.
Yep. So that was the outside of Duck Hunt, because I love Duck Hunt too.
Like,
Duck Hunt was awesome. I loved holding that little orange gun in my hand.
Yes.
And pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
rad.
Awesome. Yep. So that was I'll say I played some Atari games, but my first true love was the Nintendo first with the Power Pad, but Duck Hunt was my first like love, started my love, and then Mario Brothers of course came
Yeah.
with the system too.
Awesome.
So, yep.
Very cool.
Mario always comes up in appearance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what are the games these days then?
Ooh.
What are you ripping the sticks on?
Well, I'm getting ready for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Mirage.
Yes.
Big fan.
Oh
right?
my gosh,
Alyssa's a
that
big
is.
fan
I'm
of
a
Assassin's
big. I have
Huge.
every.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this
Yes.
is so exciting for me.
Yes. So I'm looking
Look at
forward to
what's coming
that.
out.
I recently just put my down payment down for Spider-Man 2. So I'm looking forward for that on the 20th.
Yes.
Currently, right now, I have God of War
Mm-hmm.
in the system in my PS5, and I'm playing that, and I'm playing 2K24.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
Nice. Did you play the first couple Spider-Man games?
Oh yes. So when I first got my PlayStation 5, the first game I got was Miles Morales. And
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I remember when I went and got my PS5, I got Miles Morales, and then I got the Call of Duty game as well.
Dope.
So yes.
This guy's a COD guy over
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
I was a big
I
COD
love
guy.
COD too. So
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So my two favorite Assassin's Creed and COD. I play God of War just because I just needed something to play.
Yeah.
What's
But
your favorite Assassin's Creed?
so Syndicate.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy. The map on that game.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yes.
I think that's the only Assassin's Creed game I bought, and it was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, it was so cool.
It's so
And,
good.
and
next
the
one's
best
gonna
scene,
blow.
the best scene is when you go in and you actually assassinate one of the main people, and like it just goes into that scene.
The cinematography,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yes.
so sorry.
Very
I could talk about that game for hours.
Yes.
I love that game.
This is the great place. If you really wanted to, you
It's
could
just
talk
an Assassin's
Yes.
Creed episode. Just
Yeah.
one just on Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
I love diving from like the top, like
Yeah.
it's just going straight
And
down.
it's like the,
I
it's
love
always
all of
just-
that.
It goes,
Yes.
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 Oh, so good.
So how often are you actually playing day to day when you're balancing, your job here at NAU, and then is it just like anytime you have free time, or do you ever schedule out time to play video games necessarily?
I play every day.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
for me, it's the way that I decompress from work, and so I like once I walk into the house, I like to just be able to be like, and so right now while I'm living in Flagstaff, I have a lot more free time because my family is still in Missouri for this year, and so to kind of keep my mind off of home and different things. I typically, when I make it home, I'll play for about an hour or two.
Cool.
And then before I go to bed, I'll play for another hour or two.
Nice.
And then typically I try to wake up around 5:30 a.m. and I try to get an hour in.
Oh, really?
That's
Also,
awesome.
yes.
Nice.
I consider that a healthy
There
dose.
would be some times where like the new Call of Duty would come out, and like I'd have to go to high school. I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up at 5 and just like game before like let me get my little fix in right before
All of a
school.
sudden, Richie was a morning person.
Honestly.
Dude, I would not go to school for things like Destiny 2
Oh, on the release,
for a day one raid, bro.
I would act like I was sick. I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, Mom, I can't go to class.
So yeah, actually, when with Madden, like when Madden came out and NBA 2K came out, most of the time I would just not go to work
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
day. I would use that as
Sorry,
a
boss, I'm
personal
sick.
day.
Yeah, it's mental health
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
See, I would just watch my dad. I'd be on the couch and I'd be watching him, and he's like, "Do you want to try it?" Like he was always playing Assassin's Creed, and I'd just be watching him.
So when you play 2K, do you usually do you play like My Park? Do you have like a My Player or? my team?
No, so I always just go into franchise mode.
Okay.
Because I just like to just play just strictly in franchise mode, and then I like to just build my teams over time.
Yeah.
I like the free agency concept.
Yeah.
I like being able to just do different things like
Yeah.
that. So I strictly played that piece of it. Now the one part that I really haven't gotten into is like just playing online against other folks, because I just like to put it on the hardest setting
Yeah.
and then just play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like
You gotta-
extreme mode.
Yeah, you got to brush up the skills when you can.
And plus I get a little nervous. I think, who's on the other side
Yeah.
Yeah.
of that. It could be like a 8-year-old that's just
It's a very
killing
humbling
me in the
experience.
game.
It's a very humbling experience
Yes.
because like you lose to like you hear the kid like he's like way younger than you, just like, dude, I suck. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
What a humbling experience to
Yeah.
go through.
Some of these kids are a new breed, since like not that many new games are coming out that like switch up the industry or the style of play. A lot of the games right now have been out or have had past iterations for a long time. So these kids are good.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
ridiculous. So on the topic from video games to esports, have you heard of esports before? Have you interacted with it?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. So at the last institution I worked at, Northwest Missouri State University, they had started, they brought in the esports team, hired an esports coach, and really got involved in it. And really just knowing the impact that esports is having on just a recruitment platform, being able to retain students, it's the best thing ever. And and now students are being able to see themselves going to college now and being involved because we have esports here on campus.
yeah. Which is like super cool because like all these kids that are pretty good at video games now are getting scholarships to play video games, which is like they're actual like athletes now, which is super cool.
And getting like sponsorships from and is able to see like celebrities and stuff are putting teams together because they see the impact in this as well. And so I think this is like the best thing ever. And so having an esports team, that's why immediately when I saw different things popping up, I was like, oh my gosh, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you really doing this? And Richie's been great in responding back to me. Yes.
Yeah, appreciate you hooking this up.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. It was like I felt like it was such a shot in the dark. We're just like because Graham was like, "Oh, we know this guy. He's perfect. He plays video games." We're just like, "Oh, we got to get this guy
We
on the
love
podcast."
those. Yeah.
So I guess switching on, keeping to go with like esports, what do you think it's missing like inclusivity wise, since that's like your whole like department?
Yeah. Actually, I can go across some different identities. I think the biggest plus is that from a racial diversity perspective, I think this has been the best thing ever because from students from different races and ethnicities are finding a place and being able to enjoy it. Like I'm thinking of my son right now. He's a senior in high school and he's looking at colleges right now. And one of the things that he's looking at is an esports team. So it was like when y'all had that Minecraft build, my kid loves Minecraft. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Jaden, you could go and you could just have a great time. And they're doing Minecraft builds for Christ's sakes. And he enjoyed that. And so, but I would love to be able to see esports evolve to the point where even we are able to give students with disabilities opportunities to come in and play and continue enhance their development as well.
Yeah,
have you guys seen like those things that like Microsoft's been releasing?
Yeah,
It's
the
just,
Special
like,
Olympics.
Yeah.
There's,
It's like they make these like different kinds of controllers for people with like disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very inclusive. It's like anybody can play. Like there's people like that game like that are like that like can't move their body, only their mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and they're playing like Fortnite, like cranking 90s, dude, and just like beating kids. I'm just like that's crazy. You're just beating them with like just your like
There's
just like with your face. It's
an
crazy.
upcoming workshop November 8th where they're changing like this like bubble machine maker into something that more kids with like disabilities can use.
Wow.
So there's a lot of conversation going around of like trying to find a way to like
Bubble machine maker.
I have it out here. I think I put it on the desk over there.
You have the device?
No, I don't.
I think
but
Okay.
it was like I don't know. I got an email about it. Like I think I'm gonna go in and do it. I think that would be
Yeah, that
really
would
cool.
actually
I
be a
think
really
it's
cool thing for us to partner with. I thought you were gonna say, and what I started bringing up. I don't know if it was Microsoft, but it really could have been. They just partnered with Special Olympics to have an esports Olympics
So,
with Special Olympics.
yeah, which is so cool.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool thing. There's like this guy that was like, I don't know, I think it was before 2020, but I want to say like 2018. He was like a top 100 player. He could only use his index fingers, and he would play on like his keyboard. Yeah, so he just like, click. Like he only had a button for certain things. Like on Rocket League, mouse and keyboard is super hard, and you have to like use the mouse too. So he just had certain inputs for whatever he needed to do in the game. And he was a top 100 player. He was really good.
That's insane.
He used like the car from Fast and Furious 8.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot what it was. It was like the charger of some kind or whatever. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I'm looking back at these questions real quick. I don't want to fly through them too quickly. I mean, not to say that we are or anything, but
So like, just like, what do you think is like, what do you feel like is like the outsider perspective of collegiate esports? Because like we know it from like our inside where we see like what happens with these players on a day-to-day schedule. Like, how do you feel like adults see like perceive esports?
Yeah, so I'll go to when esports really started to come to the forefront, and then when colleges really started to focus on esports, right? A lot of people are like, well, whoa, wait a minute. So you're telling me you're going to go to school all day and just play video games?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, mom, dad, there's more to it. And so I think now, I think COVID changed a lot.
it did.
It changed the way that parents see the work that their children are doing, the impact that video games also has on their overall development. Because when they were just inside, it was, okay, what am I going to do all day? Well, I'm going to hone my skills on video games, right? It wasn't the typical go outside and get exercise in and how you see it. And so it's I think it has evolved to the point where now I think the outside world is seeing the importance of it. And now to be able to, I think what it does is it teaches balance, right? I think it teaches an important balance for a college student to be able to say, okay, I have to be able to balance my time academically as well as my time in the space as well. So I think it's definitely evolved, and I think more parents see the overall benefits of video games.
Yeah, and
now.
the very cool thing about video games is just the accessibility of it. Like, I feel like if you're doing sports like baseball, it's really hard because if it's raining, you can't practice. If it's dark, you can't practice if you don't have the resources like lights. But you can pretty much play video games whenever you want.
And for some folks, being in an athletic sport or being in a sport like baseball or football, it's just not. It's not what people have taken to. Again, my son hasn't taken to sports like that, and so being able to have a niche and being able to come in and play video games and then be able to be recognized for it. Oh my gosh, this is like heaven on earth. I wish this was around when I was growing up. I would have been like, oh my gosh. I know for a fact I would have been like top 2 or 3 in the world as Mario Brothers 3 for sure.
Some speed runs.
Some speed runs.
Yeah, it'd be fresh. 2020 and 2021, man, that golden year for esports when that had a place, that little reigning dominance during COVID. Those are like looking back at the glory days, thinking about that at this point. But yeah, I think because of that and because of COVID, it did finally have a place at the time. I still like looking at esports as a whole and looking at the industry. I would love to see it become even more mainstream than it was, because I don't know about you guys, but it almost felt like it was mainstream during that time, and now with game devs not supporting their games and stuff like that, like the Overwatch incident and Halo happening over COVID, like it's almost lost its momentum.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely hit its plateau for right now, but I mean, it can always come back.
It totally can.
Well, let me ask this: do you think part of this plateau is because of the lack of games that are coming out? Do you think that plays a role in it?
Lack of originality as well, if you ask me.
Yeah, like it's like kind of all the same games. I feel like just like different titles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just, you notice, like, you would think that, like, since, like, technology is, like, developing, that we'd have, like, these groundbreaking games. But it's just, like Call of Duty, for instance. Like, I feel like, as a competitor, when I competed, it just felt like the games were getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And, like, the whole community knows how to fix them. Like, just bring back all the original maps, like, all the fan favorites. And bring back all the fan favorite guns, bang. You'll have a really good game, you know? But the developers, I don't know. Like, I don't understand their perspective, but they like to take a new perspective, and then it's kind of being affected right now.
Yeah.
So
and, yeah, when they're recycling games like that, let's say like the COD coming out every year, or the sports games like FIFA and Madden having pretty much the same controls and skill set, that skill ceiling is just going to get higher and higher. And I think just to get to, to be that top 1%, it gets even less approachable. Like we had this grand time during the 2010s where it was like every month there was a huge new thing happening. Not even things technologically, just things happening in the world. In our example, new video games that were coming out at the time, like every year. And I think that just progress has slowed down. Lack of games, lack of originality for games. So it is just becoming a little bit less approachable because you're seeing these people like, okay, these guys are incredible at the game. They were incredible 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Usually you'll see a bit of a, change in scene, and that's why it kind of is more akin to this younger audience because of how ever-changing it is. But yeah, with this lack of change in the actual developmental side of things, it's left a lot of people, kind of scrambling where they want to put their money at, what kind of games they're really trying to partake in. It's kind of like a short-term thing for a lot of things, for a lot of players. Like their contracts, like sports contracts, like when Bryce Harper signed to the Phillies, that was like a 13-year contract for like $13 billion or something like that. The highest you'll see is 5 years. That's a big contract for esports. Is 5 years.
Wow.
So.
that'd be a scary contract to sign too.
Yeah, imagine you're signing for 13 years for CS:GO.
Yeah.
And then you have to like that game the entire 13 years.
Yeah, like Shroud.
Like,
Yeah.
I like.
The crazy thing about esports now is like what I've noticed. Like, it's hard to speak for other games, but from what I've seen from like for professionals for Call of Duty, is that like it's not just hop on, play video games. It's just like you treat it like any other sport. Like you have your scrimmages where you compete against, like where you play other teams, and then you watch VOD, which is film pretty much, and you watch your film with your coach, and you have statistics on like, okay, how do we improve on this break? How do we improve on that? It's just like you treat it like any other sport, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And it's like even at the collegiate level, like that's what some of our teams do. Like they'll scrimmage teams on a daily basis. They'll scrimmage, and then they're here on the projector watching the film on how to get better and how to beat these other schools, how to be a top contender against these other schools. So it's like there's so much more that goes into like competing that like a lot of people don't see.
Oh, most definitely. We talk about, college athletics a lot, right? And what goes into, a game week for football or a game week for basketball, right? There's practice, there's film, there's, you're going up and down the court in practice. And for a lot of folks, this is the equivalent. This is why I said COVID really opened this door because it determines how good you want to get. Like, I can just come in and I can just play and be like, ho-hum, but if I want to be one of the best, yes, I want to watch and see what other people are doing. I want to learn the tips and the tricks and everything because my goal is to be, like, the best I can be. Yeah. And it's just like what we say with our athletes, like, it's a job, right? And so yeah, I think, like, if we talk about name, images, and likeness in athletics, I think that's the same for esports as well. And so... most definitely.
Yeah, there's like a lot of work behind the scenes that I feel like it's unnoticed.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. You want to take the pause?
Yeah. Okay. And we will be right back. And we're back. Before we kicked this next part off, I just want to give a little recognition to Alyssa.
It wasn't me. It was Allie.
It was Allie.
It was Allie,
to Allie.
our community
Start with
officer.
the same, like, 4 letters. To Allie. who made us some bracelets.
Bracelets.
Yeah, maybe we'll get the camera to zoom in on these a little bit.
We
But
got matching
We'll be
ones.
repping these during the show. Mine says sick.
Mine says slay.
Mine's swag.
I want yours, bro.
Well, Reggie's like little Discord tag thing says swag.
Yeah.
And
Mine says
slay.
playing you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like it says what you're playing.
Oh yeah. Mine says slay.
Yeah. Oh, what were you guys just talking about?
Oh,
Talking
like
about Assassin's Creed.
we were talking about Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the historical context of being like
Yeah.
super cool
Yeah.
because the new one's coming out. It's very exciting. I feel like I never watch previews for anything though.
Oh,
I
well,
like being surprised.
well,
Not really anyway.
I thought Mirage was coming out in like November or December, and I was back in Missouri, and I went to GameStop, and they said, yeah, it's coming out October 5th, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
tomorrow.
can put my
Yeah. That's what
I
we
can-
were just talking about. That's
I
why
can-
he said he was
Oh,
going to
yeah, yeah,
GameStop
Yeah,
because it comes out
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I can put my $20 down right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like I should probably. Maybe I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, midnight
up the
release.
GameStop.
Wait
I
outside
missed those
the
midnight
door.
releases where you
Yeah,
like, camp out like
yeah.
a couple hours before.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember my dad doing those, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I
For
think,
video games?
or I don't know, I think so, because there was like midnight releases where he would put down pre-things and he'd go straight up as soon as it opens the next day.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
as soon as it's open, he was there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so fun. I know right before we started, I asked if you had any questions for us.
Yeah. I there's two questions I have for you actually. One, I just want to hear from you all. Like, how has being involved in esports, how has that helped shape your college experience here at NAU?
I mean, I could start.
Yeah, totally.
So, during high school, I competed semi-professionally for Call of Duty, and then took a little break, and then COVID hit. So then that gave me a good excuse to play video games again, and I enrolled into NAU. I was looking through the clubs on True Blue, saw esports. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm gonna do it. And then it was really cool because I joined our Discord, which is like pretty much our place where we can all communicate and stuff. We made a Call of Duty team, and these were 4 friends that I already made, and I didn't even have to show up. You know, it was like all remote. And then once I showed up, the first week we all went to go get dinner and stuff. So it was just like I already made some friends. And yeah, now climbing up, I started competing, then got an officer position where I did the marketing and social media, and now I'm president. So it's just kind of like a, yeah, so.
Bit of a snowball.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
So it just kind of everything fell into place. And for the past 3 years I competed on the team. It was a lot of fun because we cycled through different players as people graduated and people came in. So it was always just super cool to keep that competitive drive going since I played sports in high school. And like sometimes you're just not good enough to play in college, so you still need that competitive drive. So being able to substitute that with Call of Duty was something super cool. So yeah, being able to balance both just competing and school and your social life was definitely challenging, but it was well worth it. Yeah.
I guess I can go next. I kind of found it similarly. I found it because through work I had to basically highlight different clubs on campus, and I saw esports, and it reminded me of like right before I graduated high school, I had a bunch of friends on Fortnite. And so I did have Fortnite going. I'd run that back a lot with my friends, and like coming here I would play Among Us with them, and like we would jump on Discord calls. So I was like kind of like into that a little bit. And so then my freshman year when like COVID hit, I was like kind of bored, and then I started working here for the student affairs department and highlighting clubs, and then I had to find the Instagram. I found out there was a class, and then I joined the class because I loved content. It's like my minor. And then I just found such great people here. Like everyone here is just, I think they're so funny. Like I love coming into the lab, seeing people I know here, like seeing them outside, like in class and stuff like that, like knowing I have more friends on campus and getting involved. So I don't play like competitively very often, but I've learned so much more about like the competitive games, like playing on PC. I've never touched a PC until like earlier this year. Like it's like I feel like I'm learning new things about like all of the stuff that I loved back in high school, just coming back into college after I've taken like that year off from like playing video games. So it like influenced me grabbing like an Xbox while I was up here, things like that. So honestly, it's just given me like a great place to come and just decompress, like what you were talking
Yeah.
about earlier. It's like so nice to have a club that I can go to that's not like super stressful or anything. Like
Yeah, and like
I know,
I'm gonna
yeah.
build off of that too. It's like we're like very fortunate to have these PCs because they're donated, and it's really cool because like even if you don't want a game, this is a place where like a lot of people just come and hang out. So it's like a lounge. So like some people just like come in, not play, and they just come in, just talk to each other, meet new people.
Yeah,
It's just super cool.
I do homework here a lot, and
Yeah.
I read. Like, I'll literally come in here and read, and I'm like, this is like the complete opposite of what I was expecting to come into.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just such a great community. Like, even one of our players was helping one of our officers 2 seconds ago about doing homework.
Wow.
Like, in like that, I wouldn't get just like anywhere. I feel like if I just went to the library to go do homework, like, there's not as many people around.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll keep my answer short because this is your interview, not mine.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to keep up with the trend here and say one of the biggest reasons this has shaped my college experience is also just because of the people I've met. I'm mainly talking about these two. Like, I met him as soon as I came in this lab freshman year. I met her the semester after. We are neighbors, and I live with him. Like, that just goes to show how our relationship has actually built since then. We rushed the same fraternity at the same time. So I don't know. It's just been nice to be around some like-minded people. I think that's a very important thing for your career, I guess, is, of course, experience and being around people who want the same things as you and are wanting to build you up that same way as you are going to do with them. So I think we just got a lot of helping hands around here. It's
of
one
passion.
thing, yeah, a lot of passion. It's something we really take pride in, is that community, you know what I mean? So I know we asked earlier, what's one spot of inclusivity with esports, and then you mentioned those with disabilities. How would something, maybe not even esports as a whole, but how do you think our club in particular could possibly improve on including people, I don't know the word, all shapes and sizes, just anyone?
Just everybody.
Well, I think you all just got to get out and tell your story. I mean, this right here, what you all just shared, is what people need to hear. People need to be able to hear the growth from your first year to now, and the evolution. Like you said, like, you all are roommates, and you hang out. You've rushed the same fraternity. You all hang out together. You all have a very strong affinity and sense of belonging for NAU because of your connection here in this space, in this room, and that's what helped make you all into the unique individuals that you are today. And I think you all just need to just keep tell that story, because this is what's important. This is what students want to be able to hear. This is what parents want to be able to hear, that you came here and you found yourself, and it's not on the athletic field. It's in a classroom, to say, and it helped enhance your classroom experience, right? You're coming in here and you're reading and you're doing homework, and you're like, okay, so before I go play this game here, I'm going to get this homework done so then I can hone in and focus. And I think the more that you all go out and you share this story and you get people to share their experiences, I think the sky's the limit for this thing. I can tell you right now, I'm going to pump everything that you all just said in that last answer, because I think that needs to be heard by everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't think you got to do anything. I think you got to share this.
What I love about like club fairs is that we always show up to the club fairs. We bring everything, like that big sky trophy and stuff, like all of our jerseys that we have that the players wear. And I feel like we're just like so unique compared to all the other clubs, just from like our size. Like, one, we're like, how many people do we have? Like over 400 members right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then our Discord, we have over 1,300 people, like from NAU and then from outside NAU, or some alums that are still connected with us. So it's super like, it's awesome to see, because like another side of esports is the careers, and we just had an interview, a podcast with an alum from NAU, that now is like working full time in esports as a social media manager. So he came in last year for just like a workshop and just talked about how not only can you compete in esports, but you can find a job, you can find a home, which is super awesome. And it's like something that like isn't really talked about. So it was just like, it's super cool how unique we are, because like people get so excited when they see us at the club. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, we have an esports club. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't think you all realize the impact that you have on recruitment. Yeah. Just being able to go and see that there's an esports club, right? And the nice part about esports that I love the most is like you have a Discord channel, you have Twitch. So I don't have to come into the space. I can still connect in ways through
in the comfort of your home, of your own home too.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
And like Jack said, the biggest seller of why he came to NAU was because of the lab, I think.
Yeah, it was like the first thing. Like when I first got here in November, prior to my freshman year here, I just like peeked my head in this lab and was like, oh, pink and purple lights, what's going on here? And instantly, was just like, I gotta work for these people. I gotta see what I can do here and how this can really shape my college experience. And I mean, I'm a junior now, so I still got another 2 years, but I think the first 2 years I can credit this for a lot of the all the experience I've gotten. It's a bit of a stretch, but I could even say like self-worth. Just I don't know. I can gauge my own personal self-worth off of, like output with work and stuff like that. And so being able to have something to experiment creatively with, like this club, has been fantastic. Awesome. for the mind and body.
Yeah, awesome. Like I started because I was like a physics major. I'm gonna go really quick about physics major, and then we came here in the club. Then we did marketing. Like you did social media. I mean, you're currently social media.
Yeah.
But like it's really cool because we get this experience of like finally like trying to like practice what we want to do career-wise, since me and Jack want to do social media management, and being able to do it for the club and like being able to like do like game day posts for all of our players is so much fun. And just like being able to like post like anything creatively that like we want to do and work on is super nice.
Yeah, and like also like my major's marketing, and I want to do sales marketing management kind of type beat, and like being VP, having some type of like not like huge management role, but making sure that everything's on task and everything. I feel like I wouldn't got that much experience from.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you one more question. My second question is, I just want to hear from all three of you. Your top 3 video games of all time.
You want to go first, Jack?
Oh, man. 3? I can think of 2. Top 3? You got to put Minecraft in there. The memories on memories of playing that and just doing whatever you want in party chat has been amazing. Like I can recall my first time sitting down playing split screen on the 360. Like one of my best friends. It's like, man, this is it.
Yeah, dude.
It's not getting any better than this. And then it did, because I found Destiny, which is my second game. Big Destiny fan. It's sad to see where it's come since its start in 2014. But I'm still here, Bungie, so do something about it.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah. And third, my esport is Rocket League. So I definitely got really into that at a certain point. I'm from California. I moved for 2 years from my 8th and 9th grade year to Minnesota, and that is what took up all my time. A lot of Destiny 2 and a lot of Rocket League. And my actual love for the esport is pretty much what got me here. So I got to give some credit to it.
Yeah.
Now, what part of Minnesota did you live in for a couple years?
Right outside of metro areas. I was in Eden Prairie.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Know that area.
That ring a bell? Yeah, because you're from Wisconsin.
Know a lot about it. You're right outside of the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
It's a gorgeous area. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Oh, you can go.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I got to go with Call of Duty.
Of
Probably
course.
my top title. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Overwatch.
I knew it was coming.
Who's your main?
My main, it depends. Like if I'm playing tank, it'll be like Zarya. It'll be like Zarya or Sigma. Or if I'm playing like DPS, it's usually just Soldier or
Mercy.
Junkrat.
Mercy.
No,
Mercy.
I don't play heals.
Tracer.
I do not play
Only
heals.
two I know.
Like my play style in video games is super aggressive. I just like being in their face. So like definitely being like the damage output on the team is like my favorite. But number 3, it's probably got to be Halo. But to watch, I'd say Rocket League's probably one of the funnest games to watch.
Can you choose a singular Halo game?
I'd say. I mean, I feel like the basic answer is Reach, but I'm gonna go with Reach.
Okay.
Infinite's been pretty fun, but it doesn't have like the nostalgia
Yeah.
kind of like feeling to like how Reach was.
Reach was my first M-rated game.
Reach, really?
Yeah. They're not shooting people, Mom.
Yeah.
Aliens.
It's not real. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
I can guess one of yours.
What is one of mine?
Valorant.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay, I don't think about Valorant. I just love watching Valorant, and I just got into it like a couple months ago. So I feel like definitely my first Assassin's Creed. I gotta say Assassin's Creed. I have so many memories with that. Love it. I love it so much. I think that's always gonna be my top game. It's actually pretty close with Five Nights at Freddy's. I do love a good little. I like the good little spooky game. First game I ever played on a computer. I beat it within like 1 hour. It felt like it was so quick. I wasn't even allowed to buy the next one. But watching that with like Markiplier, all that, really good. I guess I will say Valorant because it's like my first one where I was like really cool. But like at the same time, I have Fortnite. Like I just love that game because of all the like that's what also got me into like it, and like all my friends that started pushing me to become in this club as well. Like all my online friends came from Fortnite. So I think Fortnite and Valorant.
Sorry.
You cracked a smile.
I crack a smile every time you say Fortnite or Among Us on the podcast.
Or Among Us. I know. It comes up way too much because like those were like some of my high school things. Like, I know. Because I was playing it all the time in high school. I will admit I bought skins. Like I did. Wow. Yeah, I had friends who like gifted me for my birthday. They like gifted me the skins
V-Bucks?
too. Yeah, like I had hella V-Bucks. Like I can't.
Fortnite card.
Yeah. That's it.
I just, Fortnite and Valorant are like the two, but I think recently I have been cracking down on Valorant. I do love watching like the worlds and everything, so yeah.
Are you able to rank some of your 3 favorites?
Yeah, but I'm gonna age myself a lot.
No.
Oh, you're good.
So my number 1 is GoldenEye 007.
Oh,
Okay. That's a good game.
Oh man, that brought me back.
Love that game. I love that game more than anything in the world. So I love the fact that like I said, my son, he has a Switch, but he bought like that Nintendo package where he can play all the different games and stuff. So that is like my number 1. That's my go-to no matter what. My second one is a little weird, but it's Dr. Mario.
Okay.
Because I just love that Tetris type feel to Dr. Mario. And then actually my third one, because it was kind of like my foray into like just understanding open world and being able to do multiple things and having multiple ways of taking out someone, Hitman.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Like the first one?
Yes.
Interesting. I don't.
I
meet a lot of
think
people that
1
play
and
that.
1 and 2 are like my favorite ones, but anytime Hitman comes out, I definitely now that's why I spend my money on like when it's new people to assassinate and different things to take out and stuff. Wow. Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta drop the money.
Yep. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
there.
gotta.
Interesting take.
Well worth it.
I think they're making a movie of Hitman, or did they already do that?
Yeah, they already did that.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did.
Did you
that.
see it?
That was horrible.
Yeah, that's like the same thing I felt when the Assassin's Creed movie came out.
Yep, horrible.
My dad and I went and saw it. Awful.
Yeah.
Worst.
Yeah.
Almost
Kinda
ruined the
to catch
game
it.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was bad.
Ouch.
Like I almost like banned Hitman from my house after watching that
That's
movie.
why I'm scared of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I have to see it. I have to see it.
What's happened with Mortal Kombat?
I keep coming back. Anytime they make it a movie off
Are
of
they
video
making, like,
games,
a
I still
Legends
keep
movie
going
too?
back.
Yeah.
It ruins it only a little bit.
And Zelda. Making a Zelda
Oh
movie.
yeah, they are, huh?
They're making a Minecraft movie.
No.
I feel like that's actually
Chris Pratt as Steve.
They're gonna bring back all like the OG like remix songs that they.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that would be so funny. It just starts playing in the background.
We've got one more question for you.
Yeah.
We try to ask this to as many of our new guests that we can. It doesn't have to be gaming related, but it certainly can be because this is the best place to do it. But do you have any like hot takes for anything?
Your biggest hot take.
Yeah, that one's a bit of a thinker.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of messed up things I've done. So, oh my gosh. So I can tell you this. So the other thing that I also do is I used to coach travel basketball, right?
Oh, okay.
And so we traveled all over the country and we play and different things. And I still remember, this is probably my most embarrassing moment as well.
Yeah.
We were in Louisville, Kentucky, and we were in the Louisville Convention Center. So if you've ever been to Louisville before, the convention center is connected to, like, Freedom Hall is like right there as well and stuff. And so coaching in the game, and in the game we were up, and then we were up big, and then we lost the lead, and all of a sudden I just thought the reffing was horrible. And the next thing you know, I started screaming and yelling, and I had flip flops on, and I like took my flip flops and I slung them on the court, and I got up to the ref, and literally it took about 3 people to escort. It took 3 security officers to escort me out of the convention center. And they told me I couldn't come back for the next game. So, so probably my most embarrassing moment is that piece of it right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to take that away from you, but I don't think you're alone in committing those kind of actions. I've seen that. I've been the ref in that situation at soccer games back home. So I guess I can understand.
I was like a coach for the team once.
That's
like
awesome,
the student coach for a basketball, and our basketball coach is very similar.
What age group were you coaching?
So at this group, it was a 17U team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a 17U team, and it was during the NCAA evaluation period when college coaches could come out, and I was like, dang, I probably just cost a couple of scholarships, but I'll call coaches and I'll let them know kind of where I was coming from with it. But I've had those a couple of times. I've had a couple of moments where, I've been on the Zoom and I thought I was on mute.
Classic
I've
COVID.
been like, son of a bang, son of a boom. And so I've had some of those too.
Yeah.
I remember at Northwest Missouri State, I was in a Zoom meeting, and I didn't realize I wasn't on mute, and I was in a meeting with the president, and the president said something, and I basically said something along the lines like, "That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life." And then everybody's like looking at me, and then someone in chat, you're not on mute. And I was like, oh. So, yeah, I've had a few moments.
Now you're really speaking your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about, like, the accidentally being off of mute thing, is that all you can do is go on mute. So you can't, like, say, oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
you just have to go quiet, and you got to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like sitting in your own thoughts there now.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate sitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of the time.
Yeah, this has been a wonderful episode. So I don't know. We just want to thank you for coming on the show. First off.
No, thank y'all for having me. This is awesome. I love everything that you all are doing down here. I follow you. I'll keep following.
Great.
And whenever I have time during the day, I will definitely pop my head down here
Great.
because I enjoy and love everything that you all are doing. And I will encourage you, keep telling your stories, keep pumping on social media, and if there's anything that I can do to help, because you all are, whether you realize it or not, you do impact recruitment and retention and graduation on this campus. So anything that I can do to help out, you don't ever hesitate to reach out.
I'm about to shed a tear here, man.
Yeah,
The kind words have been very generous. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Always welcome to come hop on the computers whenever you want.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Do you have an office on campus that people can walk into?
Oh, most definitely. So I'm located right in Ashurst. Room 101. I'm right next to the graduate college. So, yeah, please feel free, come in. More people to come in to see me. The last time I got to spend in front of a computer screen. So, writing like reports and stuff. So, I love it.
Great.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. If you wanna shout yourself out, any emails or social media handles, this is your time to do so.
Oh yeah. So on, I think all my Instagram handle, my Twitter handle is all the same. It's Coach Mallet 32, As I mentioned, we're located right in Ashurst, so please come by, stop by. We would love to sit down and chat with you. Come on into the space.
I
Yeah.
have one quick question, actually. Have you ever thought of streaming?
Oh.
Like a stream.
Oh, no, not at all. Not streaming me playing video games or anything, because I'm that type of person that if I can't pass something, I'm like cursing up a storm and I'm like hitting my hand. I'm like, gosh dang it. Yes.
People would love to see that.
Yeah. There's been a lot of chairs kicked over and different things like that. No. Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Definitely had my fair share of broken controllers. So.
I feel ya.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
long play sessions is not going right.
Yeah, dude.
All right, well, yeah, once again, this has been a fantastic episode, so we really appreciate you coming on. I really hope we can reconnect in the future. Hopefully, we can even have you on the show again.
Oh, most definitely. I'd love it.
Great.
Yes. I'd love it.
If we could revisit it, check in on each other, we would have a great time doing so.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Anytime you want me, you just let me know.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch. But I think that's going to be a wrap. I'm Jack.
I'm Richie.
And I'm Alyssa.
This is Justin Mallet.
Hey. Thank you.
And thank you
Socials.
guys for chopping it up.
Our socials.
They know our socials.
Yeah.
NU Esports. I
How
feel
else
like
are they watching this?
I feel like everyone always plugs socials at the end.
NU Esports on all
There we go.
We always
all
have
platforms.
Yeah, we always have something to add after we already do the sign out for the episode.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My B.
So I'm cutting that
My
out.
bad.
Yeah.
Whoa! Everyone always adds socials at the end of a podcast.
I mean, they're seeing it on our socials, so whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
He's so good at going.
Yeah. Before you head out,
Let's get
would you be
everything
cool if we all got a picture?
I was going to do the same thing. 'Cause I